All right, good morning, everyone. I think if we get started and they hear everyone in the coffee outside, if they hear us starting, might start to filter in. So I think we'll go ahead and make a start. So thank you for joining us at 9 a.m. For this session on becoming a climate empowerment champion. And I would really encourage everyone to, I'm glad everyone's sitting up in the front, but we're going to first hear some presentations, and then we're going to have a little bit of an interactive demonstration. So yeah, if you're coming in to join us in the front, that would be great. So to get started, my name is Claire McGuire. I'm the Policy and Advocacy Manager at IFLA, and I'm really glad to be able to bring this session on climate empowerment, as this has become a growing area of work for IFLA. It's a growing area of work for libraries around the world, and we're really keen to help give you the tools to get more involved in helping your users and your communities understand the climate emergency and take action where they can. So in today's session, I'm going to speak a little bit about what climate empowerment is. We're going to hear a case study from Turkey on the agro-library concept. And then I'm really happy to be welcoming two colleagues from CAPS Unlock, which is a Kazakhstan-based organization. And they're going to speak a little bit about what they do and introduce one of their projects, the Turn It Around cards, and we're going to use the cards a little bit to help you get some ideas on how you can start having these conversations and provide different programs in your own libraries on the climate. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm really happy to welcome three speakers, and I'll let them introduce themselves in a little more detail when they come up. But I'm happy to welcome Merve from the Directorate General for Libraries and Publications from Turkey, also a member of IFLA's Environment, Sustainability, and Libraries section, Suela Kalikova from CAPS Unlock, and Marzan Atajayeva from CAPS Unlock. So they can speak a little bit more on what they're doing in a moment and later on in the presentation. But first, I want to speak a little bit about action for climate empowerment, because it's important, I think, in underlying any conversation we're having about climate action in libraries, to know that you're not alone in doing this work. And in fact, there is international policy and activity that are very closely connected to climate action. So I'm going to play this video in a moment to give you a little bit of an idea of what climate empowerment is. But first, I want to give a little instruction on the language, because as you can see, I'm speaking in English. We will have, I know we have a very multicultural group today, well, through this whole week at the conference. So if you are able to use the app, the WLIC app, and go to this section, this session, you'll be able to access the link for simultaneous translation. You can also access the link through the conference program website. If you click on this session, you'll see the link there. It will take you to our Wordly app, which will translate in the app for you. So I think we'll have some information in Russian, so I encourage you to get the app out as we go and check it out. And if you're having any trouble, just let us know, and maybe we can assist a little bit. So without further ado, I want to just introduce you to what Action for Climate Empowerment is, programmed through the UN.
What is Action for Climate Empowerment? Action for Climate Empowerment, or ACE, is more than just a term. It's a framework that highlights the crucial role every individual, every community, and every sector of society plays in tackling climate change. Rooted in Article 6 of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change and Article 12 of the Paris Agreement, ACE has one clear mission: to empower people everywhere to step up and take climate action. This is achieved through 6 key elements: climate education and public awareness, training, public participation, public access to information, and international cooperation on these matters. But how do we turn these goals into reality? Through the implementation of the ACE Toolbox, we are transforming systems and behaviors, empowering everyone to participate in building a sustainable, low-carbon future. Visit our webpage for more information.
So I don't think I need to speak too much about why this might be a useful framework for libraries, right? If we're talking about education, access to information, and public participation, so much of this work is happening in libraries, and nope. And it's been a space where IFLA at the international level has really been able to start advocating for libraries. Over the last 4 years, we've been attending the UN International Climate Change Conferences, the COPs. We've been really the first library association in these spaces and advocating for the role that libraries are playing all around the world on helping their communities access information and learning opportunities and opportunities to speak about climate. So it's become a really important part of IFLA's work, and we're really keen to help you get more involved and be an actor in your communities around climate action. So I wanted to just show you a few pieces of information from some research IFLA has carried out internationally. So we've spoken to 90 library associations and over 500 individual libraries and found that the majority are frequently or occasionally offering programs on climate change and sustainability. Most of these programs are around community participation and informing sustainable practice. And about half of individual libraries are active in these roles. And you can see 2/3 of libraries we spoke to have made changes within their buildings or their operations to be more sustainable. So overall, we see that libraries of all sizes are contributing to climate communication and education. Public libraries are currently the highest, but all types are engaging. And a point here that I'd like to carry on into this conversation as we hear from our speakers is that providing resources can be an entry point, but it can help lead to more programming and partnerships. And so the point I want to make there is if you're not doing climate work, or if you're doing climate work a little bit, or you're offering a book display, that's the start. And there's no start too small because you can build off of that. So today we're really going to hear some ideas for how you get started. You can go from this QR code and access IFLA's research, and it will give you a better idea of the current state of how libraries around the world are acting on climate communication and education. So I encourage you to have a look at that. It gives you some really good talking points to take forward into other conversations. So without further ado, thank you for that introduction, but I think we need to hear some more concrete examples. So I'd like to turn over to Merve, who can speak a little bit about an amazing program you're doing in Turkey. So please, over to you.
Thank you, Claire, to start this insightful introduction. Good morning, everyone. My name is Merve Yavuzdemir. I'm the head of Foreign Relations Department, the Director General for Libraries and Publications in Turkey. Today, I'm excited to share, introduce you a groundbreaking project, the Agro Library. This is framework for sustainable public services and climate action, representing our vision for the library of future. Traditionally, libraries have served as a repository of information and fostering cultural literacy, However, we believe their role must evolve. The agro-library vision is to transform the library into information ecosystem, a dynamic hub for ecological action. Our core message is this: the libraries are not just for books, they are center of climate action. So, what exactly is the agro-library? It's a hybrid model that combines traditional library service with handouts, agricultural education, and environmental sustainability. Our primary goal is to be an intersection of knowledge and action. This framework is defined by three key characteristics. It is a hybrid model, it's scalable, and it's easily replicable in various contexts. We are facing pressing societal challenges, including food insecurity, climate anxiety, and growing need for sustainability awareness. The agro-library is our response. It transforms public infrastructure to deliver maximum social benefits, addressing this complex issue directly at the community level. The agro-library is built on four interconnected pillars. These are our core library and knowledge center services, our unique agricultural and ecological facilities, a commitment to sustainable infrastructure, and a strong focus on community engagement. Beyond a conventional collection, our library creates resources on environmental science, sustainable agriculture, and a local ecological heritage. We supplement this with educational program, including workshops on literacy, digital skills, and practical sustainability. Our most innovative features are the on-site agricultural facilities, the plant-bed landing system allow community to cultivate their own plots, operating on circulation system similar to borrowing book. The seed library promotes biodiversity and food sovereignty using a circular model where borrowers return seeds from their harvest. We also have a library of Think, which extend our lending service to gardening tool and sustainability kits, promoting a circular resource economy. On-site composting and waste management facilities provide hands-on learning opportunity for ecological principles. The key message here is the circular use of resources. Our commitment to sustainability is embedded in our physical infrastructure too. The building design emphasizes energy efficiency and use of local materials. We integrate water management system like rainwater harvesting and greywater recycling. Our international operation Our internal operation follow green office principles to ensure we are low carbon, resource efficient institution. The model is fundamental about people, of course. We use inclusive access for everyone and build strong local collaboration with farmers, schools, NGOs, and municipal services to scale our impact. We host a calendar of thematic programs and events focused on sustainability. The agro-library delivers tangible economic and social benefits. It provides community members with valuable food production skills, support local entrepreneurship, the foster resource efficiency. Socially, it strengthens community cohesion, promotes intergenerational learning, and contributes over well-being. Our model is direct response to IFLA Climate Communication and Education Report, which position libraries as a leader in climate action. The agro-library demonstrates how we can beyond discussion to foster tangible action and sustainable literacy in communities. The CCE brief emphasized the importance of multi-stakeholder partnership. Our model is built on principles relying on collaboration with local governments, civil society, and school to be successful. We benefit the Agro Library offers a powerful case study for CCE framework. The Agro Library is a living example for localizing the United Nations SDGs. We make a direct contribution to goals such as SDG 2 on zero hunger and SDG 4 on quality education and 11 on sustainable cities and communities. The beautiful of the model is its modular design, which makes it highly adaptable to various climate and contexts. We see strong potential for international partnership with organizations like UNDP to The implementation will follow a clear three-phase approach, planning which involves site selection and operational design, securing resource for infrastructure and training, and forging official partnership with public institutions and civil society organizations. Ultimately, the Agro Library is an investment in future. It provides a holistic solution for intersection of environmental, economic, and social issues. Our message to decision makers is clear. Investing in this innovative public service model is investing more sustainable and resilient future. In conclusion, the Agro Library model offers a new paradigm for public services. It transforms libraries into green knowledge commons and positions them as an institution leader in sustainable innovation. By empowering communities, we build more resilient society. Thank you for your attention. Rahmet, teşekkürler.
This is a far distance. Thank you so much for that. I think it's really always helpful to get a concrete example of the sort of work you're doing. So now I want to turn it over to our colleagues from CAPS Unlock to speak about a really innovative program and a really creative program that you've been doing. And we're going to be doing a little hands-on exploration in a few minutes after the introduction. So just pay attention to what to this the summary and the introduction, and then you'll get a chance to explore it a little bit further. So I'd like to hand over to you. And so one of the presentations is going to be in Russian. So again, I'd really encourage you to, one will be in English, one will be in Russian. So please, in the app, it'll be a mix in Russian. And okay, thank you. It'll be a mix of Russian and English. And just for those who came in through the app, if you go to this session today and click info, you can access Wordly app, which will provide you with a text translation in real time. If you don't have the app, open the conference program and click on this session. You'll also have the link to Wordly, and you'll be able to read the translation in the language of your choice. So with that, I'd like to hand over to you. So thank you so much.
Good morning, dear participants, dear friend. I give very small information before Marjan present our Turn It Around project. Brief information about our organization. I continue in Russian, and Claire explain you how you give translation in English. Доброе утро, уважаемые участники замечательного мероприятия Всемирного библиотечного конгресса. Во-первых, я бы хотела, конечно, поблагодарить организаторов этого большого и важного мероприятия за эту возможность быть частью этих событий, которые происходят вот сегодня, вчера, сегодня, завтра в нашей прекрасной столице Казахстана. Несколько слов о нашей организации, которая развивает проект, о котором мы расскажем вот немножко дальше. Мы называемся, мы с Маржан представляем организацию, которая является Центрально-Азиатским аналитическим центром CAPS Unlock. Это Central Asia Policy Studies. Миссия нашей организации – создать такую диалоговую площадку интерактивную сессию. Проект называется Turn It Around, переверни. Это центральноазиатская колода климатических карточек. Мы этот проект тоже делаем совместно с нашими партнерами из ЮНЕСКО, из Аризона университета, о чем Маржан уже более подробно, детально расскажет. Ну вот, очень коротко о нашей организации, поэтому я не буду занимать время, и давайте мы приступим к следующей части. Я передаю слово Маржан.
Hello, everyone. I'm more than happy to be here. Thank you, Claire, and UNESCO Almaty IFLA for this great opportunity. I'm so pleased to introduce you to the Turn It Around Central Asian Climate Cards deck, a youth-engaged global project that uses art and the text to reimagine education in the face of climate and ecological crisis. The heart of the project is a unique toolkit, a set of cards designed not by adults, but by young children from nursery, students from school and universities. These cards combine original artwork and text to communicate the concerns, the hopes, and the ideas of young people about climate change. They are not just visually powerful, but each card reflects the vision of its creator on what climate change education should look like, what should be in the curriculum, and how national education policies should respond to the climate emergency. During the 2024 and 2025 academic year in Central Asia, nursery children, school, and university students from Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan developed their own culturally unique and regionally distinct climate card deck. The cards, the topics, as you see, covers climate and energy, ecosystems and biodiversity, and sustainable living and youth activism. The goal is to encourage policymakers to integrate climate change education into national curricula and to make it part of the learning experience for every child. The project is led by Kapsanlok and Tsako. Tsako is, which is Central Asian Alliance for Climate Change Education, in partnership with Almaty UNESCO and Arizona State University. And let's talk about how we created this Central Asian Climate Cards deck. We announced a call for submissions on November 2024, and inviting youth from across the region to contribute artworks, texts, and combined works. Moreover, we had a great chance to meet with those young children and students from diverse education settings to talk about their concerns and to share more details about the project concept. For Tajikistan and Turkmenistan, we provided an additional submission window in April to ensure wider participation. And as you see on the slide, the response was overwhelming. We received 1,500 works in total. It was inspiring to see how young children and youth engaged with these themes and how much creativity they poured into their works. And next, here you can see how how submissions were distributed across the 5 Central Asian countries. Over half of the works were submitted by children under the age of 15. And here is a very important point that more than 2/3 of the selected artworks and, it's here. And texts were created by young women and girls. This shows us something very telling, but while girls were strongly represented, male participation noticeably dropped off. And these statistics not only show participation rates, but also highlight the diversity of voices represented in this project. From the submissions, selection committee carefully selected 60 artworks and 60 text pieces for the final deck. And you see the distribution around those 5 countries. Originally, the plan was for the Central Asia to include 15 cards each for Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. Turkmenistan's works were submitted voluntarily, which was a welcome addition. And however, due to the uneven number of submissions from different countries, maintaining the planet parity was not impossible. And we also chose 8 extra title cards that represent the values, slogans, and the visual identity of Central Asian countries. And right now, the card is going through key stages. It's designing the cards, adapting it into 5 languages, preparing for printing, and also we are working on the developing the policy brief based on the themes raised by youth. Meanwhile, UNESCO Almaty is closely working with Artist Literacy Institute in order to integrate this Central Asian collection into the global Turn It Around website. So, and the release, we are planning, of course, the release of the Central Asian Cards deck in autumn 2025. And to sum up, before we moving on to our activity, I just want to say that Turn It Around Central Asian Climate Cards is more than art project. It's an educational tool, and it is designed to make policymakers, educators, and other decision makers see climate change education through the eyes of young people. This is not a traditional teaching resource. It's an invitation for dialogue and for changing the way we think about education in the face of climate change. And looking ahead, our goal is to support the integration climate change education into national curricula so that every child learns about climate crisis not as an optional topic, but as a part of their core education. And thank you so much for your attention, and I hope this presentation has provided you a sense of how young people creativity can drive policy change and help us all turn it around. Thank you very much. And next is our small TIA card, we call it TIA card activity. So here's instructions, and I would love to ask you to share in small groups by just counting 1 to 5. And then ones gather together, twos gather together, and then I will give you a random TIA card from the first printed edition. Yes, and then you will reflect 1 minute on what message does this card give you about your role as a librarian. And then as a small group, you will pick one card together and discuss it, and then create a library initiative idea and the catchy slogan. Sorry, we don't have flip charts, but you can do it on your notebook, on your phone, and then just very rapid share so 1 minute per group. Thank you. Are you ready?
We aren't just going to speak to you. We want to hear your ideas too. So thank you so much for that introduction. And you get a sneak peek at these cards. And I just want to underline that point that this is coming from children's perspective. So it could be a really interesting basis for library activities. So we'd love if you could get into small groups. We're going to start handing out the cards. And again, think of what could you do in a library to address the topic on the card. And we will regroup and hear from you. So please don't be shy. You can group with the people that are around you. If you're up in the top, we ask you to come down and join a group of maybe 5, maybe 6 people, and get a card, and I'm gonna come around and hear from you, your ideas as well. So let's get started, everybody. Just as a note for everyone, the text might be in Russian, but look at the images and think of what that evokes from the young artists, and get creative. And it'd be really interesting to, as you're thinking of what you might do in a library, to think of the type of library you work in and what that might, how that might be a part of the activity.
Colleagues, the cards, the texts are in Russian, so please just focus on the artwork. And then,
And think, what kind of message you think give us the children about climate change? Ну, вот как стихийно они собрались, пусть такие будут.
I think we'll have another 5 minutes, so and I'd really love to hear from all the groups. So if you could start thinking of, wrapping up and having an idea that we can share with the group. We're going to regroup in about 5 minutes and then hopefully hear some of your ideas. Oh yeah, you're ready? Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's start. Yeah, let's start.
Good morning, everyone. I'm from Sri Lanka, and my team, there are 4 people with me. One is from Korea, one is from Nepal, and one is from China. So our card was intelligent use of resource. So I want to express my ideas and my team ideas. Actually, when we using resources, we should have mind in how to use those things, because sometimes people using so many water, even they don't think about how many water we have in the world. So we have to be careful when using water, as well as when we using papers, even other materials that use for the using trees, using trees for manufacturing papers, like those things. So we should have to have a kind of like discipline to use those things. If not, we are going to be a very dangerous situation. So actually, we can suggest like when we go to our country after the closing ceremony and after the IFLA, we can have a group of people and we can inform our people regarding how to use resources very intelligently. So we can organize some discussion program with other countries' members who join with us today, and we can express our ideas to our people. Like we can do like public libraries maybe, and also we have national environment authority libraries. So we can join hands with them, and we can do awareness program for them, as well as we can do ideas dissemination like brochures. Even we can make like AI brochures. Maybe it's a e-paper, because we should have to have a discipline when doing our awareness programs too, because if we using papers, it may be a challenge what we are discussing today. So I would like to propose we can do a small group of people, or even we are gathered to one group, and then we can do dissemination program for our countries. Even in Korea, even we can collectively, like Korea, Sri Lanka, China, Nepal, and Japan, always, as well as South Africa, England, or maybe. It's, this is my suggestion, only for. Thank you.
Thank you for that idea. And I love the idea of working regionally and with different library partners. That's excellent. Okay, who else would like to share? Who's next? Yeah, yes.
Thank you. Good morning, colleagues. My name is Lyndon Klapo from South Africa. I've got a happy card, which we discussed with our colleagues, and we've got 3 others which are sad card, which have a negative effect that has destroyed the environment, which is affecting the climate change. And on these happy cards that I have, it shows a spider web. What is in it? It's covered, is encapsulated in a spider web. And the spider webs depicts an ecosystem. This is a happy card that depicts a happy system where we've got a sign of a butterfly. And you know, a butterfly, it's transforming according to the climate change from a pupa, from a worm, until it becomes a lovely butterfly. It's a lovely butterfly with flowers. And we know that the butterfly will assist in pollinating the flowers. Hence, we've got the lovely flowers. The part of the wings of the butterfly indicates clouds that will bring rain to grow our environment. So this is a happy card that shows a healthy ecosystem, how each other they put an energy to have a healthy environment. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we hear from another group of what you were discussing? Yes, yes.
Hello, good morning. On the group, we had people from Ghana, the UK, Macau, the Philippines. I'm Gustavo Castañer from the Asian Development Bank, also based in the Philippines. And in the picture, we had a group of 5 kids with their hands together, stopping 2 people that were kind of on a logging activity, trying to, basically damage the forest. So for the logo here, we thought together we can turn it around. And the things that we highlight here is that it's critical to raise awareness and education for the young generation if they are to have a future, because it's our world, and unless we take action now, little or nothing will be left. And perhaps what we see also is that, as in the example of the colleagues of Caps Log, we have 5 people cooperating together, the 5 kids, the 5 nations of Central Asia. So cooperation is also key. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I think that's one of the main takeaways of the entire conference is cooperation is really key. Yes, this and where's Terry? Yes.
Hello, I'm Maytha from Hamad bin Rashid Library in Dubai. My group and I received this card of a young person playing on a traditional, I don't know what it's called, a musical instrument made of wood, kamenja. He's on baked earth because it seems as though the earth has dried up because of global warming. As you can see, the sun in at his back, with birds flying overhead and a ship. The ship has even stopped because it's run out of water to sail on, which symbolizes a pause in employment as well. And so everything is in sync. So if there's no ecosystem that's working efficiently, then there's no business. And then the wildlife are sent to look for homes elsewhere. And so he's playing a song, and perhaps the wood has been resourced from a tree that no longer exists. And so we thought of an initiative for children in libraries to write a song or create or compose a musical piece about the earth and saving the environment. And we can entitle the initiative The Last Song, which is sad but poignant. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so happy we touched on the role of culture and the arts as a means to really evoke emotion and also link to traditional knowledge. And I think that's a really beautiful idea. And I think I saw, can I have you second? And she was waiting first, so yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. My name is Ife Evangel Obin from Nigeria. And in my group, we have 5 of us. I'm from Nigeria. My other colleagues are from US. And then, another country, all together. So you can see it's a region, different regions together. Okay, now we're talking about climate change and its effect in our environment. Now, okay, we have these cards here. Here we're talking about plastic bottles. The effect of plastic bottles in our environment is enormous, and we can't finish talking about it. And then in my own card, there's a sun here. There's a thick sun. That's like when the weather is so hot, it'll be hotting to the earth. Now, it affects our ecosystem. Now, the water could dry off, and then when it dries off, you can see the animals getting, dying off, our plants dying off, and then affecting us. Then the other one talking about, bush burning. Bush burning. You see, the animals are now like going away from their habitat. And when you don't see them anymore, it affects us because now these animals go a long way to do their own work in the ecosystem. Now when there's fire outburn, the trees dies off, the animals dies off. Now, the trees have a part to play in our climate. If you don't have enough oxygen in the environment, it leads to what? Death. Now we're talking about making sure that we have green everywhere. We want to go green everywhere. Our environment should be green because when we have green, as in the environment is healthy. Now the next one, talking about, this is burning fossil fuel. That's pollution, air pollution, and now more of it is about people burn fossil fuel through our gas, through our diesel, and so many other things. Now we're trying to say no to it. Now, to crown it all, we want to talk about 3R. R, reduce the way, we use plastic bottle, reuse this plastic bottle, and then recycle these plastic bottles for our own good. Because for us to live healthy, we need our environment to be clean, to be healthy. But when we burn these plastic bottles, it pollutes our air, it pollutes the climate, and we now have what we call, global warming and the rest of them. And at the end of the day, our environment will be unhealthy. So I have a poster, number 12, on the poster section. I'm talking about what? Children, raising children, as climate change advocates. When you train children from the scratch, they will get to know the effects of climate change on our environment. So we should start small to inculcate this habit of making them know the 3R: reduce, reuse, and then recycle all these plastic bottles that we litter everywhere. So in conclusion, I want to advocate to each and every one of us here to take up the 3R, is popularly known. You reuse, you reduce the way we use it, and then we recycle them. Then in that, my poster there, I told them how to recycle the plastics by using it to plant trees. You can use these plastic bottles to plant trees. So it makes our environment healthy. Plant trees everywhere. So in my poster, I said, every child must plant a tree. So you learn how to plant a tree. So let our children, it's like a combined work, train our children to plant trees in our environment. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, we have time for one more comment before the. Yeah. Okay.
She will.
Hello, my colleague. Sorry for my English.
I will translate. Our group is from Moldova, Kazakhstan, and Bulgaria. They had 3 cards. All those cards are about biodiversity. My card consists from bricks. It's jigsaw game. It's our life. And I was suggested to pull out one brick, the main one. And the one I want to pull out is overcomes consuming.
Я сделала ассоциацию с новым предложением правительства Турции, которое хочет исключить all-inclusive.
And I decided to align it with the новый
All-inclusive из гостиниц, из
с новым
ресторанов.
турецким, как это?
Турецкое правительство вышло с предложением.
So Turkish government suggested initiative exclude что исключить? So all inclusive, yes, all inclusive from in the hotels, just to stop over consuming.
Наше правительство поддерживает.
And our government suggests this idea.
Вторая карточка была, моя бабушка говорила, что когда-то море было красивое. Я хочу, чтобы наше море осталось такое.
And the second card is about the sea, and the story is about a girl who tells the story of her grandma. that she wants the sea sea recover. Yeah.
Третья карточка была, мы должны знать свое наследие.
The third card was about we need to know our legacy.
Говорю, что все три, они направлены на экологическое образование.
And those all three cards are focused on climate change education.
Я думаю, что особенно третья карточка имеется в виду, наверное, и знать и культурное наследие.
The third card is providing to know the roots.
И библиотека должна заниматься этим, побольше заниматься воспитанием культурного наследия
And
своего места.
the library has to develop the idea to maybe to just to enhance the national roots and national education.
Возвращаясь к карточке о море,
And going back to the card about the sea,
наверное, библиотеки могут очень много делать для этого, именно воспитывать и местность, и людей, как сохранить морскую водоросль, как сохранить.
Libraries puts so much efforts on how to reserve the biodiversity, environment.
И все эти карточки, если соединить вместе, мы можем говорить такой слоган: зная наше настоящее, будем сохранить наше будущее.
If we like join all those three cards, the slogan will be как сохранить?
Сохранить настоящее, мы
And
строим будущее.
keep the present. We will сохранить будущее.
Future, да.
We will keep the future. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your participation. We're just about out of time. We're just wrapping up the session, but I wanted to go back to our speakers and ask in just very, very quickly, if you're going to take, if everyone here wants to get more involved and wants to take one step into being more involved in this topic, what would your advice be for that first step in just a couple lines?
I will be very short, and it's first start small and local. Engage youth voices. It's so much powerful. Build partnerships. Use the library's strengths and focus on empowerment, not fear. Make it inclusive. That's
Perfect. And on partnerships, if you're interested, tomorrow morning back here in this room at the same time, we'll be hearing from UNESCO and at the regional level, and that could give you some more idea of what UNESCO does and how you might get involved. But Merva, for the last word, what would you say is the first step?
Thank you. I have a quote I really believe in. You should not wait for everything to be perfect before you begin. Start, and through doing, you will move closer to perfection. Many colleagues think big transformation require big budgets and resources. In reality, process come from take step, even small one, and each step move you forward. There are countless inspiring examples around the world, and IFLA is a key platform for accessing them. When you return home, commit to taking one action in your own context, being with yourself. Everyone explore green office policies, apply them in your daily work. From there, you can highlight books related to climate issues, create a book club, or organize thematic events for special days. Every action matters, and most important thing is to take that first step. Thank you.
Thank you. So can we get a huge round of applause for our speakers and our guests today? Thank you so much for sharing your information, for sharing your projects, and thank you to everyone for being involved. And if you have a card, we're going to want to collect them back. So can you please make sure that you bring the cards back around, and have a great rest of the conference. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you.